Hey Steve, how have you been doing this week?
Um, Good, Kim. I'm glad I could make it in today. I mean, I've been the best I can. I've seen better days, but my struggle is with my sleep. I'm not getting any sleep. I'm having anxiety, which some acid reflux. I'm having some physical effects. Uh, I think I've noticed that I've had people tell me, friends and family tell me that I'm a deer in the headlights, and I might be having a conversation and doing one of these numbers, but in
Mhm.
reality, I'll get to the end of what they're talking about, and I hear their voices, but I'm just not connecting. I think I'm just so distracted with school. I just started my master's program, and I think I'm distracted because I'm beating myself up after a 24-year military career. This is self-inflicted injury where I wanted to go on and obtain a college degree to be able to help people. And I couldn't have done that previously with my last occupation. So I know this is all of my own doing. I just can't, for some reason, I can't figure out a way to separate those things.
So what I'm kind of hearing you say is that you're kind of having a hard time with balance between your family life, your work life, your school life, balancing everything together.
Yeah, yeah, I guess you could look at that because I'm taking on, here's the deal at the end of that, and I'm glad you said balance because you know what, I'm retired, and the truth is, when I get up in the morning, I feel like I have a task to do,
Mm,
and it's not until I look at the watch, by the time I look at the watch, it's like 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and I've had a full day, whether
right.
I'm preventing, encouraging, talking to, taking care of kids, paying the bills, you know, cleaning the house, doing a task. I swear to God, I don't know where this time goes. I'm always doing something. I'm not sitting in front of the TV or going to the movie or hitting out on the boat. And at the end of the day, I feel exhausted. So yeah, I don't know where it all comes from.
Okay. So you're definitely feeling overwhelmed. Are you feeling a little discouraged by things?
I'm discouraged that it's taken me so long that I'm discouraged in the sense that I hope, I felt like I was in retirement and I'm going to be sipping some drinks on the beach and putting my feet up and being like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
And time, when I got out of the service and my contribution and this whole connection with people, you lose that camaraderie when you retire from the military. This giving back to your country, providing a service to people around the world, regardless of age, race, religion, color, that selfless service, that meant a lot to me. And now not being able to or not wanting to go back into that very stressful analytical part of my field because it had more than what I'm sharing with you right now. But and we can do that another time. But staying on par is now I've got this college degree that I'm, first term, 2 years to go. Uh, to get back into a situation where I'm back in the field helping civilians from around the globe for any predicament to get them to the best place that they can possibly be. So,
Right.
connection.
So you were in that position of having that connection with people, helping people, serving your country, had that camaraderie, and now with retirement, you're kind of feeling that you've lost that, and you're trying to regain it with this master's program, but it's kind of it's going to be a long time until you get back into that feeling again.
It seems that way. It seems
Right.
like it's a scary process. I'm anxious. It creates anxiety. It's a goal. I feel it's a significant importance of it has a significant importance to me to be able to complete this successfully. But more importantly, when I finish, I'll feel a sense of pride and I'll feel a sense of now I can go out and instead of helping an army, I can help all populations, military and civilian, and it may give me a level of connection that I haven't been able to see in that branch, and really bringing my level of excitement, and drive and commitment to helping others to a new level. But at the time being, again, I still get disrupted, deer in the headlights. I'm all over the place for tasking.
So what you're feeling is that once that you have this degree, you will feel like you'll be back at that same success level as you felt as you were in the military. Is that right?
Yeah, I do, and I feel like it's going to be even twice. I just thought about it after talking to you. I really think it might be twice as much as I got in the military, because I can give back to the military community and the civilian community. I guess in the part of the military, I mean, I had those in the military, which I could relate to, speak a different language, than the civilian side of the house. And so, yes, I feel like I'm going to get that back, but my task and purpose seems to be all over the place. Like I said, I get up in the morning and I feel like this one. I've tried sticky notes to try and keep on par, but the problem is my OCD kicks in. So what do? I could dress my sticky notes, if you know what that means, and putting them in order, 1 inch apart, 1 inch from the border of the desk. I put them in order and I'm like, okay, there are tasks in there. But in about an hour, I come back and I'm like, oh, that's a mess. It doesn't look aesthetically pleasing to me. I'll pick them all up and throw them in my drawer. Sticky notes don't work. Then I've tried putting an alarm on Siri and Alexa, and it gives me an alarm, but I'm not quite technically proficient where I've got it down to where it's giving me the exact alarm. So I miss a deadline or I do something else. And so I've written a journal. I've tried to write things down, and I'm not good. And then I keep going back to the same process again, the sticky notes, the journal, the reminders. And it's like, I should already know it's going to fail because I keep going back to the same things again. And then if I see something, it's like, squirrel. So if I'm on a task and I don't really want to finish the task, if something easier comes along, I'll easily redirect my energy to get the one small task done that is menial, that doesn't have as much significance as probably the task at hand that really needs to be done. I'm using the excuse to go tackle the little projects. And I'm like, oh, okay, I did little things, but I really didn't get the thing done. And at the same time, on top of that, I'm sorry, I'm just blah, is that, oftentimes I feel like, you've got so many projects going on. I really need to finish one project at a time. That's my thing. I know that works.
Is that something that has worked for you in the past, breaking things up and completing them as they go? Or do you feel like you get more done jumping from task to task?
No, you're right. I do. That has worked for me. But I feel like, so it has worked. So I have to do one task at a time, especially if it's a big project. I don't like to be disrupted, because if I get disrupted, sometimes it's easy. It's like you're running if you're running 10 miles and someone stops you and says, here's a water at the 6 mile mark. Of course I want to quit at 6 miles. Oh, wow, this is refreshing. Oh, I stopped. It feels good on my legs. It's the same thing with my tasks. So when I'm in it to win. When I get distracted, I'm easy to pull away and say, well, maybe I could do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and I'll have 10 more tasks already on top of there. And that may not hit the top priority. So it lingers. So unless I get that done and check that off my block, but that seems to work. If I can follow a task through, then I'm good. If I don't, I've got to figure out how to do that.
So is there a way that we could take these tasks that you're working on and make them apply to your bigger goal, which was to feel accomplished and to feel like you have some meaning in what you're doing day to day in accomplishing your goal?
I think I could do that. I've been distracted. When I say distractions, I've been planting flowers and doing some yard work. Isn't writing a paper.
Right.
Cleaning the floors and dusting and mopping and sweeping, that isn't doing research. That's not reading a chapter. Although they result in a task being done and the task is important in day-to-day life, it diminishes and it takes away from the bigger picture. And that's really getting to a point in life where I feel like I'm going to reassert myself and be able to contribute to society in a way that I feel will give me joy and happiness again.
Right. And I think it's important that you also take those time out for that mental care, that self-care that you're doing as well. You can't always be boom, boom, boom. This is my goal. I got to get this done. Otherwise, if you don't take any time out for yourself, to take those mental breaks, then it may be harder to accomplish the goals that you want to do.
That's true. No, that's very true. Yeah, I think yeah, I agree.
So I think, you know, looking at what your main goals want to be, it seems like, you know, you want to feel that accomplishment. And I think breaking things down a little bit, looking at each goal, maybe from week to week, we can come up with a goal and, you know, see what works for you and what doesn't, maybe looking at pieces of homework or something for the week. Taking your values and your goals and working with those and moving on from there. And I think we can accomplish, you know.
That's a good idea because before I was doing it, you're right. You're absolutely right. Taking it for, I've never done it. Looking at it like a week's thing, like what are the things I need to get done in the week? I've never looked at it like that. I've been living in the moment like day to day sometimes and thinking, okay, perhaps it's an avoidance technique, knowing that it's due on whatever, or I need to read this, or I need to do that. So yeah, I think if I write it down for the week and I set some realistic goals, you're right. I think it's something I can obtain.
And maybe you might feel accomplished by doing that, you know.
That is, if it's successful, then absolutely.
Right.
There's no.
Right. Yeah. All right. So we'll keep working on that, and I'll see you next week.
Yeah, anytime works for me. So just let me know what your schedule is, and we'll fill in that time.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Bye.